just, trying to share and express my thoughts here, because I do not know many who will understand or even comprehend or even have the capacity. And I'm not talking about that they're dumb or something, but like spiritually, like the open-mindedness, because they're still very attached to their patterns, and patterns aren't bad, but if you become too attached to them, you become governed by them, and you only will think through the box then. So I just want to share here my thoughts, because like I said, I don't know many people who even got the capacity to understand or do so, or are on the same frequency as mine, or a similar one, a similar realm, so to speak. Not that I'm above anyone, but in their worldview, kinda speaking, or not even worldview, because yours might differ from mine. And if you're already awake, you already know that. So yeah, I know, I get it. You're a super woke, spiritually ascended grandmaster already, and so am I. No, yes, we all are, in our own standpoint in life here. We all are. We all have a different journey, background, soul's journey. Get that. We are all beautiful, powerful souls. And now I was quite happy that wait a minute. The fuck? I was quite happy that I'm alone here in nature. I need my space to recharge, because all the time, I think it's managing a frequency without sounding too cocky, I go out, or I don't want to say all the time, because it's what you say, that you program yourself. But like, I just want to go out there in nature to recharge in nature, in that expansive light, and then people come out too, and it's no problem. I like them getting out in nature and expanding their mind, not being in these closed up buildings where all their thoughts are echoing and multiplying the same frequency they are emitting, and most of the time it ain't that high or positive either, because they're still so dependent on the matrix, which is kind of disempowering, because no one thought for themselves. And so these energies be working through them. And now these Agent Smiths, okay, I don't want to be rude, are coming out. Sometimes those aren't Agent Smiths, but now literally one guy looked at me, or was standing, and no one's, very seldom or rarely someone's walking on this side, and he was looking at me, kind of weird. But most of the time, those are just people with their dogs, so no problem with that. But if you meditate a lot and do a lot of this inner work, your energy and aura expands and becomes so attractive, and that excitement and blissful and joy radiates so much outwardly that people will come out too. But our higher self is in charge anyway, so probably energy you might be clearing with too. But now let's get to the point of the video. Now, this what I just said to you was kind of important, or the entry, or the a good beginning for the video, what I'm about to explain. So for what I'm about to explain. So out here in beautiful nature. Okay, here you can see. Crows and ravens all around me. Beautiful swans I see as well. Now, the important thing now is that you listen to me closely. There are going people passing by that I'm about to explain. Yeah, crows and ravens, they protect the entry point to the spiritual realm. If you're spiritual, you will always spot that in nature. Swans, beautiful symbol of unconditional love, infinity, twin flames. Yeah, wait for a second. So, did you see the swans? What you also will realize is that if you walk and you're an empath, highly imperfect, or highly in tune, not necessarily imperfect, there's a lot of, not misinformation, but people are on their own journey. And so they might be just at the beginning of comprehending how life and that journey is, also as an empath. But if you meditate a lot, are in tune, or an empath already by nature, however you want to call it, animals will notice. They will notice and they will notice. You understand? Notice and notice. It's the same. And I hope you can see the beautiful swans down there. I always see them now as well. Great sign for a twin flame journey. I see a lot. Usually there are much more. Not always in pairs, or most of the time. Sometimes there's a leader or one being alone. And because he's found the sweet spot in the river where he gets a lot of food, probably. Okay, never mind. So these dogs were literally tilting their head, and cats as well, and looking at you. When, especially with their owners, it's kind of weird and funny, because I'm not doing this by purpose. Sometimes I did at the beginning to test it, and because I read that energy, so I played with it. But then I realized I don't want to annoy the owners. But sometimes they do. Dogs, they just sniff or feel your energy. Also by far, it's not close up. It could be 100 meters, something like that. And then they be tilting their head and looking at you and waiting. But I can some strange moments were when they were literally running hundreds of meters to me, and they didn't even know me, and the owners had to wait or come to, or they already were headed in a different direction, and these dogs were visiting me. Pretty cool, quite cute, but also weird for me and for the owners anyways. But of course they're used to it, because dogs love people and humans in general as well. So, but it's still weird. They sometimes be looking at you out of nowhere and spotting you, even if you're not in their view. Quite weird. So, for all of you who might think, well, it's normal, dogs love people. Yeah, it is. But it's also quite special occurrences. So another guy looking at me, what the fuck? And now what I wanted to discuss actually now is wait a minute. So, now let's get to the point. It's a fraud. You might think it's getting super political now, right? It's a fraud, and you're kinda late. I'm not getting too political now, but it's a part of it, a part of life, or at least in the current situation on the matrix of humans on this planet. Because later on we won't really need politics anyways, never liked it anyways. Because we all will be on a much more sovereign level, and the true ones know this, the one who can think about themselves, who put in the work. Not that anyone in politics can comprehend this. They're leading the way, paving the way if they're coming from a good place, good heart, and especially very conscious about, or more conscious than the rest. So they're leading, paving the way. One moment.